Hello and welcome to another unboxing video. So in this video I'm going to unbox the GT08 smartwatch, which I bought from Aliexpress for about $25, and there are a lot of cool features on this watch which you'll hopefully see in this video. Now I've recently hit 600 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. But please do subscribe, because at 1,000 subscribers I'm going to give away one of these fake Apple Watch clones to one of you. I'll select someone randomly to win the prize. So please just click on wherever it is the subscribe button. Okay, let's get on with the unboxing. So this is the box that the watch comes in. It's quite nice actually. It's got a little clock face on there and all these little icons on the side. So let's open the box. Helps if you got it the right way round, doesn't it? Okay, it's like this. Right. Okay. So in the box we've got the watch in a plastic bag. And inside, nicely presented, we've got the instruction manual and a USB charging cable, which looks like a sort of imitation Apple one. And in the manual, which says please read this manual before using, we've got quite a lot of, well actually the second half of it is in Chinese. It's poorly printed, to be honest, but it does tell you how to use the watch. To be honest though, you don't really need the instructions on these watches because they're pretty straightforward. Right, let's get the watch out. Let's have a look at that. Okay. So it feels like quite nice quality, to be honest. The strap is a sort of rubber imitation Apple Watch strap that feels quite substantial. I don't know, like thick rubber. And maybe I think this is good. So usually they have a fake Apple Watch strap that's actually really complicated to put on. They've got the sort of loopy bit that you have to go through, and you have to sort of put the these little knobbly bits in the holes, but underneath the watch strap, closer to your wrist. It's really hard to explain, but basically this is just, looks like you just do this. You just clip it on and it's done. And it looks quite a lot like an Apple Watch strap, so that's pretty good. So let's have a look at the rest of the watch. So this one obviously has a black strap and a chrome surround, and it looks quite a lot like an Apple Watch. Now the only thing is that this digital crown on the side here, it's obviously not positioned in the same place that it would be if this was an actual Apple Watch, but it still has a real Apple Watch sort of feeling about it. So on this side we have the fake digital crown, which spins, and on this side we have the little door behind which is the USB charging port, and this, which I guess is the speaker, and this, which I think is a microphone. And this is what the back of the watch looks like, and this is the front of the watch. Let's try and get it in focus. Okay, let's take the back off this watch because there's quite a cool feature if we do that. Let's hope I don't break it in the process. This watch has actually got a SIM card slot and a memory card slot, and what that means is that you can store music on this watch or take photos using the front-facing camera. And also with the SIM card, it means that you can send text messages, receive and make calls from this watch, which is a pretty cool feature, to be honest. Okay, well let's turn the watch on. So you do that by pressing the button on the side here. So we've got a picture of the Android in a loud animation. And now we've got this familiar interface, which we've seen a lot of times before. Okay, I've darkened the image a bit so that we can see the interface more clearly. So this is one of the watch faces that comes with the watch, and I guess if we click that, yeah, we get a normal analog one, simple analog one, slightly more complicated analog one, and then back to this kind of ornate analog face. So that's usual, a choice of 3 faces. So the menu system is very responsive, and some of them aren't on these fake Apple Watch clones, so that's quite good. And it looks like we got 4 pages of applications. So what have we got on this watch in the way of features? Well, we've got Bluetooth, which obviously we need to use a lot of the features on this watch because it communicates with a smartphone via Bluetooth, and from my experience with previous Apple Watch clones, most of those features will only work with an Android phone, which is funny for a watch that's imitating an Apple Watch clone. We've got a calendar. To be honest, all of these Apple Watches have pretty well the same interface. There's sort of 2 or 3 different interfaces that they tend to have, and once you've seen one, you've seen them all. So yeah, we've got all the phone functions and address book stuff, the app barcode for getting the app that'll sync all the data from your Android phone or Apple phone, voice memos. You can use the front-facing camera on the watch, which is quite a cool feature really, and if you had photos on here you could look through them, and as I said earlier, you can store photos on the memory card. You can also take videos on this phone, so you can see the camera I'm recording this video on here. And because obviously this watch can make quite a few beeps and stuff, there are different profiles, as you would expect on a smartphone, so that you can have it silent or whatever, or silently vibrate if you're in a meeting or something. And if you've got USB or micro, mini, whatever it is, USB earphones, you can plug them into this charging port on the side and listen to music directly from the watch. Well, we've got this anti-loss thing, which is basically if you're paired to a phone by Bluetooth and it loses contact with the phone, then it'll vibrate and say, oh, it can't find the phone. Stopwatch. Different icon themes, so if you change this, then the icons, oh, that's quite nice actually. These themes aren't bad. BT notifier app, so this is for if you get a text message on your phone, it will alert you on the watch, but I believe that only works if you've got an Android phone. So if I had a SIM card in here, then I believe it would sync the contacts on the SIM card onto this, and if I had a SIM card as well, then I could use this to go on the internet on here. I suppose if you were really desperate, you might use your watch to go on the internet, and the radio function, which you need the USB earphones to be able to use, which I've demonstrated in some of my other videos. I think this is just a sort of fancy time zone setting application. It actually looks more impressive than it is. And this is what the watch looks like on a wrist. And one of my complaints with all of these watches is that they are quite clunky. And that's true of the Apple Watch as well, to be honest. And I can only hope that as technology improves, these watches become much thinner. And really that's it. So these are all the features on this watch. And for $25, really this is one of the best Apple Watch clones. Aesthetically, this is one of the nicer watches, to be honest, especially for the money. You can pay a lot more than this and get a watch that doesn't either look as nice on the outside. I mean, this does look like it costs more than it actually does. So to sum this watch up, it's actually great value for money. It looks a lot like an Apple Watch, and so people might think that you've actually forked out the money and bought a more expensive Apple Watch. And there are a lot of cool features. There's the front-facing camera, which sort of stands out. The fact that you can put a SIM card in this watch and use it as a phone, and a memory card, so you can take photos and put music on it, although that's kind of, it's a feature, but I'm not sure really it's one that you would use. And the interface and stuff is really good. So all in all, I recommend this watch from either Aliexpress or Gearbest if you're after a cheap Apple Watch clone. This is one of the better ones. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for all my future videos and for all the competitions that I've got coming soon. See you next time.